Welcome to Chanel the latest. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin said wreckage from a drone shot down by air defenses had hit the city's Expo Center exhibition complex, next to the city's skyscraper district. There were no immediate reports of casualties, but footage, verified by the BBC, showed damage to one of the exhibition center buildings. Although Ukraine hasn't claimed responsibility for specific drone strikes, President Volodymyr Zelensky has previously said that attacks on Russian territory are an inevitable, natural and absolutely fair process. According to Russian media reports monitored by BBC Verify, there have been over 140 suspected aerial drone attacks this year in Russia and Russian-controlled territory in Ukraine. These have been concentrated in the Bryansk and Belgorod regions in Russia near the western border with Ukraine, as well as in Russian-annexed Crimea. There have been a series of drone attacks in the Moscow region in recent months, which is about 450 kilometers, 280 miles, from the border with Ukraine, including a wave of strikes on the 30th of May which damaged several buildings. Flights were forced to be diverted from Vnukovo International Airport in Moscow after a drone attack on the 4th of July. It was also shut briefly following drone attacks on the 30th of July and the 1st of August. Russia accused Ukraine of trying to kill President Vladimir Putin in an alleged attack on his residence in the Kremlin on the 3rd of May, which Kyiv denies. Oil facilities, airfields and energy infrastructure have all been targeted in 2023. We have identified at least 9 reported drone attacks on oil depots. One of these was in Sevastopol, a major city in Crimea, which was hit on the 29th of April, destroying several of its oil tanks. On the 31st of May, an oil refinery was set ablaze in Krasnodar territory in southern Russia, about 200 kilometers, 124 miles, from the Crimean border. The regional governor said it was probably caused by a drone. Layla Guest, an analyst at Sibylline Security Consultancy, says, Ukrainian forces will highly likely prioritize targeting oil refineries, as well as railway infrastructure and wider Russian logistics, to cause maximum disruption. In February, a drone crashed about 100 kilometers, 62 miles, from Moscow, in what the local governor said was an attempt to target civilian infrastructure. A picture of the wreckage appeared to be consistent with a UJ-22, a type of drone manufactured by Ukraine. It has a range of 800 kilometers, 497 miles, in autonomous flight. Its range under directly controlled flight is much shorter. Another suspected drone attack injured at least 10 Russian soldiers at a military training ground in the Voronezh region on the 10th of May, according to local media reports. And in December last year, a drone attack hit an airbase 600 kilometers, 372 miles, northeast of the Ukrainian border, leaving 3 people dead, according to the Russian military. Drones have been deployed by both sides in the conflict, with Russia using Iranian-made drones on targets in Ukraine. Ukraine says it is rapidly increasing its production of drones as demand grows on the front line. In terms of